been shared by Pakistan or Afghanistan or the North Belt and places like Canada. So there is a very, very sophisticated music production. Then you have an idea, like James Blunt had that song for years and nobody bought it. Suddenly he releases it and it becomes one of the beautiful songs. Like, what is this tune? And that becomes the biggest hit in another movie.
Oh my god! And how do you sort of get yourself?
No, it's
out
using
of
a
that?
presence of mind. I said, this is not right for this person, this is right for this person. Some of the songs from the movie called Cuddle from Mani Ratnamji, some of the new songs from PS1, PS2 in the recent times.
Yeah.
And some of the scores in Hindi which went unnoticed.
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. Legend, iconic, evergreen, ahead of its time. Whatever tag is with him is less. It's such an honor to be sitting with A.R. Rahman. So nice to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for doing this. But I have to start off by asking you, these tags that you have earned all your life.
I don't even know them.
Of course.
I only see the negative stuff.
Why?
No, kidding.
But do you feel somewhere or the other it's a little hard to live up to all of this?
No, the tags, I don't work because of these tags are coming. I work for my own self-satisfaction and I fight my own boredom. And so I am the first, consumer of my art.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of self-critical, and then there is a whole team of director and lyric writer and singers. We all work together. And if somebody's excited for something, then I feel like, okay, that's working.
Right.
So I check the aura with my
Team.
yeah. So I don't take all this other things seriously.
But somewhere or the other on the way of success, when you gain success in life, I feel it's a little difficult to not be as passionate. Like you are passionate, but with a little other factors as well.
Yeah. I
Has
think
that
it's
happened?
important to regenerate how you create art, how you see art. I feel that it's a blessing. Being in music is a blessing. Because all my investments are not, let me invest in the mall or something. It's in a studio or it's in a shooting, sound stage, or it's in a camera or it's a mixer. So whatever I earn, I put back into music, or it's in a school. So this way you're igniting the passion. Like now, after my school started, like KM Music Conservatory, you see the students coming out in flying colors, and then that excites you. Like, oh my God, these students are amazing. So let's set an example. Let's work harder.
Yeah.
And so some of them have interned with me. So it's a learning process. I look at the enthusiasm in the eyes. I mean, all this is like very human experience, right?
Yeah.
Those days you had gurukuls where knowledge is transferred from a guru to a shishya.
True.
Sometimes, it is from them. Sometimes they are much more ahead in technology. I said, how did you do that one? Oh, this is a shortcut, sir. I found that out. Okay, that's good. You learn something from them. And sometimes they said, how are you making the song? Why did you take that decision? They ask me. So we explain all this stuff. It's an interesting process of younger people
Yeah.
and an older person like me.
But what do you think is your sort of strength or USP, if I must say, that sets you apart from so many people? Sometimes you recognize your own strength. If I ask you that, what would you
Do you think so?
put your yeah, I'm sure there is something, like it's not easy to be ahead of your time, to sort of be so relevant, renovate yourself with time. What do you think is?
No, there's something which I always feel like any business you take, you just fill the void. If there is no water and there's only something else, you serve water, then you become useful. And music is also like that. If everybody is doing tapori songs and there's lack of melody, then you do melody and people like it.
Yeah.
So you need the courage to choose what you're doing and feel like that's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
And not everybody should be copying everything.
Right.
And everybody should have the personality and the courage to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this project because I can do music like this. For instance, doing a movie like Chamkila, I always wanted to do Punjabi music.
Yeah.
But what a way to interpret Punjabi stuff and getting into something which is not, which is very light-hearted, light kind of movie, even though it's about a murder and all this stuff. It's not an important character for other people other than Punjab, but but the story is so likable because of the vision of the director,
Yeah.
the way he interpreted it. Yeah.
But I think, of course, the music also, like, because you spoke about Punjabi culture, how intrigued are you or fascinated are you, and what's your take on the entire culture being such a pop culture now? And we see artists like Diljit, Karan Aujla perform so much, and live shows. The craze is insane at this moment. I want to understand from your POV, what's your take?
I love the language. The language has something which is again shared by Pakistan or Afghanistan or the North Belt and places like Canada. So there is a very, very sophisticated music production unit of Punjabi music even from the 80s. I feel like from England to Canada to and so that sets something. They've used the best producers, best music videos. There's always a thing set up, and I think there is a legacy for them to follow up, right? And so, for instance, when I was doing Tamil music is a we had legends like M.S. Vishwanathan, Ramurthy, then Ilayaraja ji. When I came in, I felt like, why are songs not going out of Tamil Nadu to the world?
Yeah.
So the vision was very, very clear that it was intentional to pack Tamil and send it to the world to make it, go out with wings. And so that I can go, and that's one of the reasons why when I perform Tamil, and recently a Lebanese band was also, they took the music and they see it as sound.
Yeah.
Right?
And the melody.
Yeah, exactly.
But coming to Wonderment, we have to say, like I was asking you, sir, off camera, this is massive and congratulations on the tour. But I have to ask that, do you feel like today live concerts have become such a fad, and people are going, is one of the reasons why you are like, okay, I also need to be connected to my audience?
No, I've always done tours. Like every 2 years I've done a US tour. We did 2 years back, then we did in 2018, then 2015, 2010.
Right.
And it's just that it feels good. You're like an ambassador for your music.
Yeah.
And so when we do well, like we sold out last tour, we sold out in places like Nashville. And an agent came running, like, how the hell did you guys do that? We want to sign you up. Then WME signs us up.
Yeah.
Now they are the agent for for these tours, and it's nice to see places like which finds hard to fill up, filling up and finding a new audience for this music. They're fascinated. Oh my God, I didn't know that you could fill up this place.
Right.
Even for this artist, it didn't fill up. It is filling up for you, and it is the power of our the people who have supported my music, and that's what Wonderment is about. It's recognizing the love and generosity and the blessing of every breath, the music, and what I get from the people.
Yeah.
So I culminated all this. So if you look at all these incidents in that, there's childhood and graduation, festivity, love and loss and pregnancy, and Kun Faya and dance, and so it's like that's the wonderment for me. Like this is the marvel of humanity, and
that's wonderful. But again, I was watching one of your interviews, sir, and Kun Faya, before that you were a little skeptical about how people take it. But today, when you're happy, when you're sad, when you're at peace, when you're on vacation, when you're at home, it's a song that you can listen to.
The reason why I was skeptical was because it's one of the holy verses from the holy book, and when we sometimes people put it to a wrong visual, or people get offended. So I was very, very careful. Like, if we can be very clean and be sensitive about this, then we'll do it. Otherwise, we should not do it. So I was an enthusiasm. I was like, I will do that. I promise you that. The way he picturized it, it surpassed any boundaries of religion or language. Like, for instance, the president of Berkeley College, like 3 years back, Roger, he listens to that stuff. I said, this is a piece of music I love. I don't know how it's made, but I love it. He didn't understand a piece of it, like even the word. So stuff like that, when it crosses the boundaries of language, and it's when we feel like the music is working.
But do you feel like today, when I ask you, after so much experience, if I may say that one of the toughest songs that you think you've worked on, which one would you pick?
The toughest song is always the idea repeated. So, for instance, you do an item song, and the next person who comes in want a very similar kind of song. I said, No. As an artist, you don't want to repeat yourself. You don't want to
Yeah.
put the same beats. You don't want to use the same formula, even though if it sells. That's the toughest when people want you to repeat an idea which is already done.
But if I may say, at a particular point that you felt that, which one would it be?
It starts from Roja. Like Rukamani was tough because we framed it very slow. We didn't know why it didn't work, and then I speeded up. It worked. So I think when it doesn't work, it means that it needs some kind of attention or some kind of tweak. And if you have the time, you can tweak and set it right. Sometimes it gets wasted.
Before coming here a few days back, I did interview a few musicians, and they told me about the entire independent music versus Bollywood music scenario. But you've sung so much also for Bollywood. What is your take on, like, do you think it's a chaotic industry for musicians in Bollywood?
It is, but for everything you need courage. Even when you have an idea, like James Blunt had that song for years and nobody bought it. Suddenly he releases it and it becomes one of the beautiful songs. Same way, you need the courage and conviction to sell what you think is right.
Right.
Sometimes people make you make compromises on something which you come, or sometimes people copy it without even asking.
Yeah.
So music is not just about making music, but to sell it the way you want it. Wait for the right things.
Have you been tested that way?
Many times. Sometimes I give a tune, they throw it out. Like, what is this tune? And that becomes the biggest hit in another movie.
Oh my god. And how do you sort of get yourself
No, it's
out of
using a
that?
presence of mind. I said, this is not right for this person, this is right for this person. Because I believe that every work comes with a lot of hard work and thinking and smart work rather. And a lot of thought goes into it. Why am I doing this stuff? Some people don't get it, so don't give it to them and give it to the other person.
But you're so passionate for what you do and one of the lucky ones who can make a career out of it. But is there a point of burnout ever?
We burn out if we do the same thing. If we can dodge it, if we can find different paths. For instance, if a movie comes in, a patriotic movies or like a partition movie comes in, I've already done many. Unless it has a new take, why should I do another one?
Right.
Or a mythological movie comes in and I'm already doing one. I don't want to do another one of it because then I need to strain my brain to be different on it. Right? So half the battle is won when you choose the right
projects.
Yeah.
But I think you have the luxury of it now.
Yes.
In the beginning, how difficult?
In the beginning also I was very, very choosy. I was very adamant and people used to call me, oh, is very, what do you call, egoistic. He doesn't accept. I said, not because when my father passed away, nobody cares about your family except you.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be kind to yourself, your family, and what you choose, how much to work, how much not to work, and compartmentalize your time.
Right.
So that is also smartness, not just doing music and being smart about everything, your finances or your time you spend with your family, because all that culminates into your work.
Right.
It reflects on your work.
Last two questions before I leave, but looking at this and so much, like you said, that you have to see everything, have you ever been distracted with any of the factors that comes with the success?
No. I mean, of course, everybody,
Yeah.
I'm human. But I think my strong belief that and it's just the blessing that which enhances the work and not, if I feel like when something's blessed, from dust it becomes gold.
Yeah.
Something's not blessed, gold becomes dust.
Just.
And if you're aware of that, and that comes from getting good prayers and good wishes from people, not to irritate people, not to annoy things, and respecting the time and love and valuing friendship,
Yeah.
everything.
And if I may say, I may ask that one song that comes at the top of your head, which you're extremely proud of, because you said you're self-critical. So I may ask, if I may ask that.
Oh, what? Recently? Or
Anytime you feel like the struggles that went behind that, but you're so proud today when you look back at it.
there are many songs, like some of the songs from the movie called Cuddle from Mani Ratnam ji. Some of the new songs from PS1, PS2. in the recent times.
Yeah.
And some of the scores in Hindi which went unnoticed, like some of the songs in Maidan and yeah.
What do you think? What's getting you the most excited about Wonderment? Of course, there are these beautiful things.
It's never happened like this before. Like this is the first big conference of Indian government is also supporting, government of Maharashtra supporting, and I'm proud that we are doing this concert with all this amazing tags on.
Yeah.
I hope it comes out well, and I need all your love and prayers. Come buy the ticket, come for the Wonderment tour concert premiering on D.Y. Patel in Mumbai.
It will happen, and I'm sure it's such a blessing to hear you. And thank you for all your music.
Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe to Instant Bollywood.